I've never worked at a game company. I've never made music for games. Could you walk us through the process of kind of how it all works? I mean, you said that for some of the projects you do composition, some of them you do sound design. What happens internally within sort of the realm of audio to make these works complete?
So I'll kind of focus on Dota when you ask about what gets done, because I've been on that game the longest. Again, for I think it's been, I want to say 15 years, probably, or so. So when it started out, it was just kind of looking at the concepts and seeing what was available to me as far as story tools, that type of thing. And what attracted me to Dota was it was such a wide variety of characters as far as the heroes go and so forth, that there wasn't like one style that it just had to be. So I had a wide variety of styles that I could pick from. Also started in the very beginning helping out with the sound design, creating a little bit for the different heroes and their the sound design. Maybe, I don't know, maybe did 8 or 9 heroes at the very beginning, but then kind of focused more on music. And the music sort of in Dota, the way it works is it's kind of a layered music system, where as the intensity of the game ramps up, so does the music. So we start adding layers on it. As opposed, it's kind of like a vertical sort of system, as opposed to something that's more horizontal, where it makes the switches to a whole different piece of music as something else happens. So we kind of layered it. So the music gets divided up as maybe the first layer is just more of a pad oriented with orchestra with maybe some strings and whatever, and then we maybe add vocals and add more percussion, add a brighter brass or whatever it may be, and that gives it the intensity levels that we want as the intensity level increases for the game. So the nice thing about Dota, or interesting thing about Dota, is it's not just a game; it's an esport. And we also did a documentary on it, and there's comics on it, and so it's got all these different facets to the game that you can kind of get involved in. So we did a documentary called Free to Play, which was based on the first international that we did, and followed some of the players that were involved in it. So it was a feature length documentary. So we got to do sound and mix that. There's trailers that come out for the game on a regular basis, that for new heroes or new gameplay updates. So I get to score the trailers and do the sound design for the trailers as well. Then there's music that happens in game that may a new gameplay update that requires some sort of music that I'll create for that. So there's a lot of it's kind of cool, because it's not just, you don't get tired of just doing one thing in one style all the time. And the characters again are so different. Where we started out, the style is kind of a epic gothic kind of feel with a big orchestra and big choir and all that. And then there was a few heroes that came out, where there was one where I did a bluegrass tune for the hero's reveal, which was, it was totally fun, because you're taking a U-turn on what you usually do. So the variety is keeps me really interested in the game, and really lucky to be able to do that, because not all games are available with that wide of concept that you can do that with.
How much do you work with the game designers and like programmers during the process of making the music and the sound? Is that are they separate, or do you actually work together?
Again, it varies on the game. There's been times when I was working on with Cyan or whatever, where it was a little more, some of the integration. It was a different type of integration than it is now. When I was working on Portal, for example, I mean, you're kind of, when I was working on doing like all the ambience for Portal 2, you're responsible for doing the implementation yourself. Same with Left for Dead, that kind of stuff. So once I was familiar with all the scripting and how to get it in, then you're kind of on your own. I mean, if there's different tools that you need, or different ways you want to implement something, then you kind of end up interfacing with the programmers and saying, hey, I need, I'd like this feature, I'd like to be able to do this, and go back and forth with the programmers then. The designers, you do interface with a bit, depending on, I remember early on in Left for Dead and stuff, talking to different designers about how, a certain a level was going to work, and what we could do to make the sound more integrated into the game and make more sense for the user. So there was a lot of things that happened like that. So yeah, it really varies. Every situation. That's, I mean, one thing that keeps it interesting as far as writing for games is that it's always a different situation. So it keeps you on your toes.